Cowboy take on the Outback.
With the Australian Cowboy.
So Nav took us out to his favourite fishing spot.
Yeah,
so
we
he
had
says.
absolutely no idea where we were going. We just jumped in the truck with him.
Star.
I thought, give these girls the best experience and the best chance to catch a barramundi. First thing I wanted to do was catch bait. Right, so the main thing about casting is you have to curl it up over your hands. You have to hold basically half of the bunch in each hand, and the aim is to twirl it like a dress. So it then spreads out, getting the biggest circle possible to land on top of the bait. We're trying to figure out how the whole science of it works, how to get that swirly working.
I think we got the technique down, but maybe some really big bait fish like slip through the net.
If some fish is dumb enough to get caught in that, it deserves to be in there.
Got a fire stick.
So, yeah, there was a pretty big hole in their net, and I guess that is all part of it. Sometimes there's going to be holes in your net, and if you're going to be learning, you're going to make mistakes. You can't have them throwing a first cast out and bloody catching a fish the first go. They wouldn't learn anything, would they? When they first started to swing, it was not giving themselves enough, I guess, length on the line to really get that swing out, and then you've got to release it just like you would a rugby, I guess. It's got to be the right timing. Once they got the physics behind that, or they knew exactly when to release it to get it off.
Is that far enough? Yes.
We knew we wanted to stay warm all night and have a fire, so we were trying to get as much wood as possible. So when things were hard, we just got in
Yeah, so
it.
collecting all the firewood for us was like an easy task.
Yeah,
like
it
a
was
no-brainer.
like instinct.
I've got a bundle of grass here we're going to use for our bird's nest. When we make the ember with our fire sticks, we're going to drop it inside here. Blow this. This is what we'll catch fire with. So where'd you
Yeah,
look
well, there
around?
was loads of them.
Run, 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 run.
Okay, so when we heard the lines go off, we got a little bit excited. I think I was closest to it, so Nav gave it a jolt, I think to like secure it inside the fish, and then I reeled it in, and then James came and helped me at the very end to like scoop it out of the water. We started trying to make fire because we wanted to get it cooking. It takes like, well, you got to start the fire, turn the coals down, and then put it on. It's like 40 minutes.
I've never actually seen a fire being made that way. So luckily he let Quincy go first because I was still, figuring out what to do, and she's actually seen it before.
Well, I saw it on TV, so it's not up close and personal, but I got the gist of like you see it in the movies. Like,
Fire is one of the hardest things to achieve on the Army survival course.
You got it, Mama?
So
I've had those knee issues from football, so sitting on my knees on the hard sand, like that was really sore. Like that was the hardest.
don't let go, so you keep that down pressure. That's it.
I have so much respect for Nav.
Yeah, and but when we did it as a team, it was so much easier. The pressure was off because then
and we didn't have to go for as long, like endurance-wise. Like we knew that we could go as hard as we can for one turn, and then I knew Quincy was going to take over, and then I could have a break, and then I feel like that's what helped us start the fire.
You got it. See that there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That there, that's the ember. So what we do, drop that into there. Let that sink in a little bit. That's it. Once we had that fire going and plenty of coal, we then slapped that big barramundi on the fire, covered him up in coals, put a heap of wood on top so that would give it plenty of heat. And we're going to give it about 45 minutes or so the heat can get right through that flesh and cook him right up.
And it was so good.
Yeah, he put his knife in there, handed it to us. I saw the steam coming off it. I was hungry. That was my first barra that I caught cooked on a fire that we made ourselves, and it tasted amazing. It was so fresh. I've never had fish that fresh before.
Oh, that's perfect. That looks so
Yeah, he was the first
that.
for us. He pulled it in. Quincy caught the bloody barra. She had the first taste. I believe that she reckons it was the best barramundi she's ever had. And to have it cooked a traditional way like that, directly on the fire, no fancy flavours or nothing, straight on, straight out. I don't think you can beat that, really. It's some of the best barramundi in the world. Good?
That's so good.
Thank you.
Oh,
Really good.
I got the biggest piece because I did the most work.
Because you need
need it the most.
Yeah.
Wow.
How good is that?
Oh.
So have you ever almost died out here?
Yeah, actually not. Yeah, I have actually, not too far from here too. So about 2.5, 3 years ago, told him about how I was lost with my 11-year-old nephew, and I had put his life in danger and myself, and we were in a pretty bad situation to the point where we almost died of thirst before we found our way back. So it does bring up a bit of emotions because I guess there was a fair bit of ego involved where I didn't think I could get caught up in that situation. So I'm glad that we made it back and that I could open up to these girls and tell them how I felt about this whole situation or what it truly meant to me.
Like, I enjoyed hearing that
And it makes
story.
it real because you are out there and, you know, sometimes it's like fun and games and we're fishing and like this is cool, but at the end of the day, like if something happens and you don't have water or whatever, like
Yeah, it's still the Kimberleys, it's still the Outback.
nature can like take you away at any minute.